Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Taylor Horton, sophomore setter who was just named Setter of the Week in the Sooner Athletic Conference. And Taylor, you're coming off a win over Texas Wesleyan, which is their first conference loss of the year. What went into that performance for you guys?
So we had just took our first conference loss to Saga the night before, and I think we just all had a fire lit underneath us to give them their first loss. And one of the first points in the first set, we had like a 10-minute rally, and we ended up winning that, and I think it just really pumped us up. And my biggest thing about success is team chemistry, and our team has amazing team chemistry. We get along so well, and you know, our hitters and our passers and our defense, we all just mesh so well. So when one person gets a kill or a good dig, like, we get so hype, and I think we just played really well and came together that match.
With that being said, how do you feel like you're clicking with your teammates on the court?
Oh, I think we click awesome. We click on and off the court, which helps. We hang out all the time and get to know each other, and the first day we all met each other, we just clicked instantly.
You're also able to move over to a hitting role when Sophia Salek comes in at the setter. What is that like, moving over to that role? I
love when that happens. She's such a good setter, and she puts the ball up perfectly, and I love when she gets to come in and play, and it's so fun.
How did you develop your defensive skills?
So when Santiago came, I was okay at defense, but you know, he harps on me all the time about defense before I set, and you know, he hits the ball really hard at us, and it just helps us to defend good hitters in our conference.
You had a limited role on the team last year. How did your experience from a year ago help you this season?
I think it really helped me. There's a different perspective being off the court versus being on the court, and you can take away what you like and what you don't like watching, and I think that really helped play into how I try to view my leadership and how I try to treat other people. And
your sister's on the team this year also. Yeah. What's that like?
It's so fun. Her and I are so competitive on and off the court that when she plays, you know, I want the best for her, and I also want to dig her and make sure she doesn't score, but it's so fun having her here.
What's your major here?
Biomedical science.
So what kind of career plans do you have for yourself when volleyball's over?
I'm undecided right now. Still working on that.
All right, talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Taylor Horton. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline.
Be a champion of character, it just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school, and I think that that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to volleyball coach Santiago Restrepo, who's got his team off to a successful start this year. And Coach, tell us about your recent road trip against two big conference opponents.
It was definitely an interesting trip. Our first match was against OCU, and we lost in 4, and 3 out of the 4 sets probably could have gone either way. Unfortunately for us, it went their way, but it was a great learning experience for us. And I think it shows the character of a team on the next day when we play Texas Wesleyan. Okay, you're going to step up to the challenge, okay, to redeem yourself, okay, or you're going to fold. So, and it shows a lot about our character for our team to be able to perform at a pretty high level against a pretty competitive team the next day and win. So, overall, it was a very good weekend for us because we learned a lot from our losses, and we learned a lot how to respond from a loss.
You expected Lacey Beeler and Mariana Bielaberg to provide leadership for this team and be leaders on this squad. How have they responded to that?
They have responded very well. I mean, they have, averaging, almost. Beeler is at 4 points per set, and almost 4 kills per set, and Masha is about 4 points per set with about 3.5 kills per set. So those are pretty good stats to have, and overall they have to step up to the challenge. And I thought Beeler had a very good weekend last weekend. We're still working with Masha and Beeler on blocking. We have to be able to think a little bit more about defense and the game as opposed to the offense. And I know, they are so effective offensively, okay, that sometimes they forget that they could be as effective defensively.
Taylor Horton and Lauren Hermes were recognized by the Sooner Athletic Conference this last week. What can you say about their performances?
Well, we can start with Taylor. I think she has done a tremendous job up to this point leading the team. I think the one thing that strikes me is she has really dedicated herself into defense. She's averaging above 3 digs per set. And for a setter to have 3 digs per set, that's extremely good. That means that she is staying put in the back row and being disciplined about waiting to defend the ball first, okay, before she transitions. And then she's about close to 9 assists per set. That could be a little bit higher, but by bringing Sophia in, to run a 6-2, the stats are going to be lower because, she also has to step up to the challenge about being an attacker. And she's really a strong attacker and somebody that is demanding of the ball and wants the ball badly and swings the ball pretty hard on the right side. So it gives us a different dynamic, okay, to the team whenever we need it and whenever we need to get extra kills. She's ready for that challenge. And Lauren Hermes, I think she has done a terrific job for the team. I think the one stat that you don't notice from her, but we keep track of, is passing. I think she passes the ball extremely well, which allows Taylor to run the offense effectively. And then the other thing that she does is close to 5 digs per set as a libero. Okay, that takes a lot of talent to do that. And she has done that day in and day out, and we're extremely happy to have her too.
Who are some of the other contributors to this team in the early part of the season?
We gotta go with our other outside hitter, Ella Lofton. She has to step up to the challenge, and she has done a pretty good job. She's close to 3 kills per set and 3 points per set over the season, which is really good for her. She also does a very good job blocking, the right side players. She deflects a lot of balls, and she puts a pretty big block over there to the right side attackers. And then our middles, okay, you cannot forget our middles and our DS that are freshmen, Kennedy Bertland and Olivia Nutter and Izzy Harwell. And there are 2 middles that are stepping into the challenge, not necessarily getting enough sets, but they do a lot of the dirty work, and they get a lot of touches on blocks. And Izzy, okay, in defense, she's close to 3 digs per set also. So she has done also a tremendous job with passing and with defending. So we collectively, okay, as a team, has done a very good job, okay, on all the roles, and everybody that has come in step up to the challenge too.
The Sooner Athletic Conference tournament is going to be hosted at Abe Lemons Arena. How should that benefit your team?
Well, every time that you are playing at home, and you can sleep in your own bed and you can be familiar with your surroundings. It's a lot easier. But that doesn't mean that it's a given. You still have to work at it. But we have our fans, and we have some pretty good crowds, 250, 300, on 2 very big matches, and that's actually very good for our team. When you get to see so many people come and support us.
All right, talking to volleyball coach Santiago Restrepo. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.